booklet. Okay, and maybe I will stop along the way and I will tell you to write something in the booklet. So first, write your first name and last name on it, because I don't want any anonymous papers. I don't. Oh, I'll get it later. I don't want any anonymous papers. Okay, first name and last name. Okay, so let's see. The last time I read, did he look inside the peach?
Yes. He went inside.
He went inside. Okay, raise your hand if you can tell me what happened at the last one. The Jamari.
The centipede was talking.
Wait, hold on. Let me repeat the question. What happened the last time we were reading the story?
The centipede was talking about the worm.
Did you hear him?
Oh.
Okay.
What happened last time in the book was the centipede was talking about the worm, how he has no legs, and the centipede has legs. Yeah.
Where you remember the word centipede?
Yes.
Okay. What is the Latin root for 100? Cent.
Oh.
Wait, what does, if we break the word apart, centipede, right?
Pig means foot.
Okay, good. So, centipede. So we broke it apart. And this is part of the tics. Remember we talked about tics and how they are what we need to know during the year? 5.2 says understand new vocabulary words using Greek and Latin root words. So, the root word senti means what? Okay, and ped means what?
Feet.
Foot. Really. So 100 feet is what we say in English. Okay. So I'm going to stop and every now and then ask you. Thank you. Okay. So now, James went in the beach. So we went into there's a worm. So did we go into the peach? Actually don't know the page yet, we're reviewing it. Okay, Alejandro. So you're just going to listen. Okay. So now so James' large frightened eyes travel slowly around the room. The creatures, some sitting on chairs, others reclining on a sofa, and that's not a sofa, that's an armchair, were watching him intently. Creatures? Or were they insects? An insect is usually something rather small, is it not? A grasshopper, for example, is an insect. And what makes it an insect, class? Alejandro, what makes it an insect?
It has legs.
Yes, it has legs, but that's not what makes it an insect. Yes.
It has 6 legs.
It has 6 legs. So, an insect has 6 legs. Good. So, what if you call, what would you call it if you saw a grasshopper as large as a dog? As large as a large dog? Could you hardly call that an insect? Would you call that an insect?
No.
There was an all green grasshopper as large as a large dog sitting on a stool directly across the room from James now. And this is not a stool, it's a what? What did I just say? Armchair. I wonder why it's called an armchair, by the way. Who can tell me that? Alexis. Yeah, it does have little things on the side. And those little things, you put...
Armrest?
Yes, good, armrests.
That is just like it.
Good. So it's called an armchair. Are you sitting in an armchair right now? No, you're not.
Dr. Henry, I wish.
Yes, Dr. Henry is good. Okay, so, and next to the old green grasshopper, there was an enormous spider. like that spider right there. And next to the spider, there was a giant ladybug with 9 black spots on her scarlet shell. And each of these 3 was squatting upon a magnificent chair. And let me have all of them together right there, even though they have no chairs there. On a sofa nearby, reclining comfortably in a curled up position, there was a centipede and an earthworm. Okay? And everyone was talking about how he and she was hungry. The spider said, "I'm hungry," she announced suddenly, staring hard at James. So, what if you had this big giant insect, as big as a large dog, staring at you, telling you that he or she is hungry? Let's look at the spider. What if you saw that look at you, telling you that it's hungry?
I'll be running around.
Okay, but you had nowhere to go because you're in the giant peach. So, the spider said, "I'm hungry," looking at James. But did they want to eat James?
No.
Actually, no. We find out. No. Okay, so everyone is hungry, but the ladybug said, "You mustn't be frightened. We wouldn't dream of hurting you. You are one of us now. Didn't you know that? You are one of the crew. We're all in the same boat. Now turn around and explain. We went through this expression, which is called what?
Same situation.
Okay, an idiom. Okay, the class yesterday doesn't remember this, so you're an expert. Explain it to another person what is in the same boat. Ready, set, go.
It's not a real boat, but it's big as a yeah, they're in the same place. But it's not a real boat.
Okay, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can anyone tell me what we're in the same boat? Why we are in the same boat, Roderick? We're in the same class, and what are we trying to do? Whose turn was it? Okay, first of all, complete sentence. We are all in the same boat. And we're trying to. What are we working hard on now? Yes, to pass a star reading. Okay, so we are all in the same boat, actually, even though we are not physically in a boat, but figuratively we're in a boat. Okay, so the grasshopper says, "We've been waiting for you all day long. We thought you were never going to turn up. I'm glad you made it." And the centipede said, he's very rather large person. The centipede said, "So cheer up, my boy, cheer up. And meanwhile, I wish you'd come over here and give me a hand with these boots. It takes me hours to get them off by myself." And so James helps the centipede, and the insects decide they need to go to sleep. And the green grasshopper is kind of in charge of everyone. And he says, "We must really get some sleep. We've got a tough day ahead of us tomorrow. So would you be kind enough, Miss Spider, to make our beds?" And so Miss Spider, a few minutes later, made the first bed. And it was hanging from the ceiling like this. So here I got the, yes, and actually, so you can visualize the bed hanging from the ceiling. But there's actually a word for that kind of net that's hanging. Thank you for raising your hand. Oh my goodness. A hammock. Good. So it would look more like a hammock than a bed, but she called it a bed. It was a magnificent affair. And the stuff that it was made of shimmered like silk in the pale light. Do you think it was beautiful?
No.
No? Because it was glistening? Did you just say that, Detron? Good, it was glistening. I said it shimmered like silk in the pale light, and you thought of glistening.
Good job.
My goodness, that's good. Okay, and so Miss Spider said, "I do hope," no, sorry, she's French, I think. "I do hope you'll find it comfortable. I made it as soft and silky as I possibly could. I spun it with gossamer. That's a much better quality thread than the one I use for my own web." Thank you very much, my dear lady, the old green grasshopper said, climbing into the hammock. Ah, this is just what I
I need
needed.
all third grade teachers to Miss Jones's room. I need all third grade
Good
teachers.
night, everybody. Good night. And then Miss Spider spun the next hammock, and then the ladybug got in. After that, she spun a long one for the centipede, and an even longer one for the earthworm. Why'd she have to spin a longer one for the earthworm? Brandon.
Because he's a really long
Bug.
He's a really long.
Animal. Okay. And so then now we know a little bit about each character. Did you know that books can have animals as characters as well? Not only people, right? Like, do they talk here in the book?
Yeah.
So they are animal characters. Now, look at your the part of the booklet I gave you on the second page, and it has the characters. Okay. It has how many characters, Cecile?
2. Bruh. Look, it is 2. Just go.
How many characters does the list have?
5, man.
Okay, without being rude or inappropriate, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we have this grasshopper, spider, ladybug, centipede, and earthworm. Now here, what does it say?
Description.
And what should we write there, Brandon?
Something about them. Describe how they look.
So do we know how they look, kind of? Do we know what they said? We remember their attitudes a little bit, right? Like the grasshopper wanted to get everyone in order. Like, hurry up, it's time to go to bed. He's like the old. Well, I only gave her a French nationality because I found those pictures in the movie they made. She was French. And it sounded appropriate for her character, I guess. But that, I don't think Roald Dahl intended for her to be French. But she does have that kind of proper attitude. Okay, so what you don't need to write a long description. We don't have much space, but just some ideas of what you think the grasshopper is like. Some adjectives. Now, do you think the character in Roald Dahl look? Now, she was talking and walking, so she might not look like that. So I'm going to give you about 2 minutes, and I want you to jot your ideas down with your pencil, or draw them. Yes. If you want to draw them first and then write, fine. No, he's not. He should be in one of the science classes right now. Or in the computer lab. Please. You can just write adjectives. Don't, vocabulary words don't get tied up in. See, we spoke in complete sentences. This is not a test. So this is just a short. Okay, I need some words. This is not. Jojo. Okay, so this is our first class. I'm going to randomly choose. And it is Araceli. Araceli, could you share what you read about the grasshopper and stand up, please? And read to the class what you thought the description would be about the grasshopper. So, tell me, like with your feet on the ground, and start with the grasshopper. Okay. So, hold on. Araceli, what do you think the grasshopper is like? Can you say that a little bit louder, please?
The old grasshopper tries to organize the other.
Oh, tries to organize the other creatures. Good. So maybe an adjective that can describe him is or organized. He is very organized. Good job. Okay. Did anyone have anything else to say differently about the grasshopper that's not about organization?
He's a leader.
Hold on. Okay, good. Yadixi, could you stand up, please, and share with us?
The grasshopper is the older one.
Okay. Is the oldest one. Good. Okay. Anyone else have? Takaya, could you stand up and read it to me, please? Read it to us.
The grasshopper has a very bossy attitude.
The grasshopper has a very bossy attitude.